everyone, I'm announcing Cartastic Part 3. What the crap? Whoa! God damn it, not again! So we have 100 days until Monster Hunter Wilds releases. It's kind of crazy to me that we're almost here. It'll arrive soon enough. But a few months ago, I made this community post talking about if I should talk about what monsters I do want to see.
By the way, the Cartastic videos are almost done. Just give me a second, please.
And I thought to celebrate 100 days until Monster Hunter releases, I'm going to talk about 100 monsters I want to see coming back. This comes from old games, the ones we just got from Rise and World, and some other weirdos that are shafted away from the Japan exclusive titles like Frontier. So without further ado, shut the hell up and sit the hell down, and we're going to take you for a ride. Starting with the funny 3-digit 100 number of the monster I want to see. Well, not really, I'm going to get into that. It's Basarios. And the reason why I have Basarios here is because of spot 99. Sandstone Basarios. Sandstone Basarios is my favorite Basarios because unlike these chubby fucks, this one actually blends into its environment. Picture this. You're running with your Sacred into the Windward Plains. You see a mirage of sand rocks, and then randomly from time to time you see Sandstone Basarios come out once in a while. I don't know, some endemic life like that would be really cool to see. Even though I really hate his fight. Like, really hate his fight. That's why he's at the bottom of the list. 98 is Celtis, and 97 is Celtis Queen. They're hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. They're fine in 4U. They're fine. I don't really like him that much, but he's here because he hasn't been here in a while. And that's the only remark I'm gonna make. The only remark of monster I want to see back because it's been a while is this fuck. Not because they're cool, it's because it's been a few games. The only one that's gonna be like that. Because I don't really care for Celtis and Celtis Queen that much. Next is Shengaran, the funny crab that does nothing. No, really, the fight is just hitting the legs, and he doesn't give a fuck. However, in MH Online, which you're gonna hear a lot from, by the way, I'm not sorry, they turned Shengaran into an actual fight, like an actual raid boss. Yep, up to 20 to 30 hunters out in the fight at the same time beating the shit out of Shengaran. They have 100 lobbies now. They can do some fun race systems. I'm just saying, that'll be pretty cool. Speaking of online, Murphy, the big black dragon from MH Online. He's pretty neat. That's all I'm gonna say about him. He's a pretty neat black dragon. Definitely DLC or DLC 2 title update like 12 monster type of shit. It's just better MH Fatalis fight without being like the Iceborne Fatalis fight. So it's not a clone. It's actually something now. He's cool, I like him. At 94, we have Tartaranus, the big sand turtle from MH Online. I'm not kidding, you're gonna hear that a lot. Big flying sea turtle that lives in the sand. I think that's pretty fucking cool for an Elder Dragon. Because he's not life-threatening, because he doesn't really want to destroy shit, he just wants to fly. 93 is Shantian. The first time I fought him, I thought it was fine. But now after beating his 4th phase and actually killing him, I still think he's fine. I don't get the hype about this guy. Besides, he looks really cool and his armor's really cool. Disafriora. This Elder Dragon spawns in with a one-shot attack. I really want new players to get really mad at this and make some bad reviews, so we can have another Elatrion moment. That is it, moving on again. 91 is Belidae. Actual cool crab fight instead of a rinse and repeat of the Hermitars. That's a win in my book. Plus I really like the hammer design, it's pretty cool. Now to round up the 90s is with Namiel. Namiel's a pretty cool ocean elder dragon that doesn't live in the ocean, it's just a comp jelly elder dragon thing, maybe. His teeth are really fucking weird. People like Nami, and if people want to see Nami do underwater shit now, we got this from Duna. So maybe you could do something really cool. I'm just saying, title update dragon, sure, why not? Now it's 89 with Copper Gungaga. I know his name is Blonganga, I just like saying...
Me? Gungaga.
I'm a simple man, okay? Just don't judge. These monsters haven't shown up in a while. He's fine, not really that interesting, but... You know... And if you haven't guessed it yet, if their subspecies slash variant are here, guess who's also gonna be here? Anyways, to deal with the same issue like last time, Crimson Kurapeko. All I'm gonna say is, fuck this guy in Image Stories 2. He's way better than Try. Let's fucking go. Telescatora. I thought he was gonna be a really cool Teostra slash Velcana clone when I fought him for the first time, and he wasn't. I like his poofy boot shoot paw things going on. I think that's pretty cool. Also, the spiky horns is way too big. They don't have to be that big. You can tone that down if you're gonna bring them back. Vol'jang. Vol'jang was gonna go way higher, but then, this happened. We got Ajarkon, so, you know, there's no point to add Vol'jang besides lazy with title updates or making people really, really mad about shoving them to a volcano and then erupting. Not joking, he has a move like that. Acnosom. I was very surprised fighting this guy for the first time because he stood out as a really, really cool starter monster. You don't really get those much now these days, but going back to really cool starting monster that's also a bird, Malfestio, which really is not a good analysis for it, but shut, it's my video. I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. The funny fact this confusion type monster is on an owl out of all things doesn't really confuse me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Ketchawacha. Going back to the Ajarkon thing, I don't know if that's a skeleton. That could just be very similar moves, but all I'm saying is, if it works, it works. Bring Ketchawacha back. I want my elephant snout monkey. Doramboros. Helicopter mountain dragon go wee. Great Apalpos. What the fuck is a Great Apalpos? They're great Egyptian raptors that are victims into the Nefgormont, which is the next monster on the list, which is the flagship of Monster Hunter Explorer, a game that's exclusive in Japan, which has an Egyptian-style elder. I don't know why they did that. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe they want to wait until Rise to do the whole China aesthetic. Anyways, Great Apollos would be such a very weird loop to throw at people, especially having Espinas come back. Maybe Capcom fans are expecting a Tencent type of online monster if they become nice. But no, it'd be pretty funny if they just throw their Egyptian dragon into the game and just explain nothing and then leave. Amaterasu! Let's fucking go! The third mysterious mountain monster right next to Eucantlos and Ignactor. So, you know, Mega Blastoise Dragon, go. The only downside about this, there's not that much sand he can really move past by in the Windward Plains, so probably not, but, you know, worth a shot, I guess. Green Plesioth. I want my Lake Trout Dragon, that's all I gotta say. Also, I want to put Plesioth on here twice, to make people very, very upset. Berserk Texucabra. I'm not going to say much about this guy because you should just watch my friend's video about Texucabra. Speaking of who is 76 on the list. Not like the Fallout game, but like the Akuma frog. Akuma's in the name. Guess where I got that info from? Royal Ludroth. In the 3rd gen games, he was fine. His underwater fight wasn't that great, but fine. In Rise, he's also fine. I'm gonna be mad if they added him back. I'll be happy if he makes it, but probably not because he was just in Rise. Zenitsu. This whipped wyvern with a bat face has some really funny moves. Feels like he's just shooting a water gun at you. Also, he's the best whipped wyvern out of all these 3 because this one sucks, and this one has been sitting in my stomach acid for the past 2 hours. Black Diablos. Look, I know most people don't want him back. Look, before you guys say anything, I'm going to say it now. Monoblos is higher on the list. I won't be that upset if Diablo shows up again. Because for the most part, I have this running bit with Diablos in my friend group, so I'm fine with it. Black is also fine, but I'm just grouping them both together because, well, it's the same fucking monster. Speaking of the same monster, Remember a few minutes ago I was talking about how if the subspecies here, you're gonna see the other monsters show up at some point? Yeah, I brought that with Copper Blonganga, and now you're gonna see normal Blonganga. Ice Yeti Monkey's pretty cool. Make his moveset less Rajang-like, because Rajang just has a new identity from 5th gen now. It would just feel weird if you just have the same copy and paste monster, but with just ice attacks and just more brute force. I feel like you can make up a better moveset for Blonganga now. Jen Morin. People already assumed this guy was going to be in this game for whatever reason, and I call that cope. I'm indifferent about Jen Morin, because for one hand, really cool fight. When I mean cool fight, I mean it's cool to get materials off him and then just yoink bombs at him. When we get to the actual fight, it's actually awful. Again, 5th gen has made some not boring Siege/Rampage game modes. You can make Jen Moran better. But someone I do want to be better is Lao Shenlong. I feel it would be pretty cool if he just walks around the map and every so often you just hit his toes. And then he like falls over, and then you do big damage, and like rinse and repeat. Maybe does a stomp, maybe does a tail attack, or maybe some new stuff. I don't know. Seeing this guy roaming around the background would be pretty sick to see. Also, cool thumbnail with screenshot potential. Yuichikiki, the original Nergigante. He's fine. It's just Nergigante spikes onto a Nargacuga moveset. That's it. Both monsters kind of do better regardless because they're higher up on the list. But I won't be complaining if he comes back because he's pretty cool. Shogun Senator. Out of the two crabs that got on Rise, Shogun is definitely my favorite because he does this funny move to piss people off. If you couldn't tell, I'm one of the trollish kind of hunters that mess with people a lot. Shogun is really a monster you wouldn't really imagine people mess with you with. But if you show a new hunter the Shogun Senator fight, he wouldn't expect it. And you can gaslight them. And it works. Porporumu. I don't think that's how you say it. I don't care. But it'd be pretty cool. Look, I'm just saying. It'd be pretty cool. And I'm also saying Palaciov should get in this fucking game again. Why? Legit. Why are people getting mad because they can't go through this fucking hip check? That's a you issue and a you issue alone. Just don't get near him when you see him hunch. That's all you gotta do. Other than that, it's a pretty simple fight. The last fun game he's been in, it was Frontier. And when the fuck was he added? Probably day one. Margarosio is the monster if you slapped on Diablos, Monoblos, and Espinas into a moveset. Why would you slap Diablos and Monoblos on a different monster? You know, they have the same moveset. Because there's one big horn, there's two smaller horns. Diablos has two, Monoblos has one. Slapped on Espinas moveset, boom, you got this guy. Jokes aside, this fight's pretty fun, and I was really unexpected when I fought him for the first time. I think he's pretty neat. Blue Yutkaku. Yutkaku is officially back, by my surprise. Whoa! Whoa! Yutkaku? Whoa! Whoa, Yutkaku's back! It'll be kind of a cheap shot to put Blue Yutkaku in, but I understand why they will do that. I can also understand why they'll put Boldrome back in the game. Because it's fucking Boldrome. Of course it comes back. Whatever you do, in whatever generation you are, Boldrome will always come back and haunt you. Diorexu. Spoiler alert, Tyrex is not on this list. Fuck this monster, fuck this fight, he can go fuck himself. Diorexu, on the other hand, pretty cool. The better Tigrex by far, because what this guy does differently than normal Tigrex is magnetism. He has this blue hard shell, kind of similar to Ratabang. If you break the bones off, he gets weakened, and you can get more damage in. Diorexu has the same concept. Also, his weapons are really fucking cool, which kind of look like Lugaren's armor. Anyways, the fan favorite Zinogre's on this list, and he gets number 60. Look, I understand why people like Zinogre, because they're just edgy furries, but dude, why is this guy in so many fucking games? I'm not mad at it. Look, I'm not gonna be one of those Twitter virgins, because for one, I left Twitter, to yell at Capcom to add Zinogre back. Sometimes you can sit a game out, but if he really wants to come back into peak, I really wouldn't mind it. But for me, there is a better Thunder monster in that book, and that's Fulgur Anjanath. I know Anjanath's been in the last, what's it, 4 Monster Hunter games? Holy shit. But Fulgur's been in 1. And Fulgur has this really funny jump with this really funny roar, and this really funny one-shot move. Also, another thing, when I was playing this game for the first time, I called him Sexy Rex because he had a bunch of zebra printing that reminded me of rich women when they have like animal fur as for clothing. That's my history with Fulgur and Janef, everyone. Anyways, Narjarala. Weird that we only got 2 snake monsters in this whole franchise, and people think there's a snake on the logo. I just see a big 6, if you're asking me, but, you know, speculate all you want. There's a new snake guy, that'll be pretty cool. If Narjarala comes back, that'll also be really cool. Slice Markle. Another rip to Zinokr, the better wolf design monster, because it's just basically Blungaga / Rajang moveset on a wolf. I really like the monkey moveset. And also with Slice Markle, you can have some pretty interesting new moves. I don't know, if they added that Ludogaren swiper no swiping move on Slice Markle, that would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Titsuyaku. I just found out people really hate this guy. But like, he's your homie. He shows up when you're having trouble, flashbangs, and leaves. That's so base. How could you hate this guy? Yeah, sure, maybe you have an oopsie daisy or two by flashing you on accident, but he doesn't mean it. Like, come on. Make it up to him. Put him in wilds. Velocidrome. The very first monster that most people fought back in 2004. Not now. Most people's first fight was either Great Jagras, Great Azuchi, or Chadacabra. A lot of people played the demo, apparently. Holy shit. Brachiosaurus is a pretty cool dinosaur. I mean, Brachiodeos is a pretty cool monster. I felt like he should have been in Rise, but he wasn't for some reason. Well, I know the reason, because it was in World, but, you know. Tomato, tomato. Wait for Order to come back. I really want to know how to do his new slime mechanic. Or if we're going to give him a new one entirely. I don't know, it's pretty interesting to think about. Marioth. Fun fact for me. Thanks to this monster, I rage quit Iceport for 4 months. And when I caught up to my middle school friends at the time, and talked to them why I didn't hop on the game, is because I hated Marioth. Now that I grew up, he's fine. Iceborne made him a big wall for like no reason, but honestly that was a skill issue on me as a kid, and now I grew up to get skill issues by other Elder Dragons. Shut up. Narka Uka! We love Narka Uka! We love Narka Uka! Out of the pseudo wyvern types, Narka Uka is easily my favorite, because he has a slam jump, pretty neat armor, and saying Narka Uka is just really funny. Hypnocatrice. After fighting Hypnocatrice for the first time, I understand why people like this very funny, goofy, goober sleeping turkey. However, at the end of the day, it's a turkey. And the best turkey by far is Turkey from Thanksgiving, so he stands no shot. So if you put 2 and a 2 in a fight, Thanksgiving Turkey would always win. No shot, no diff. We're almost halfway there, and number 50 is Kushala Daora. Why Kushala Daora? Because Rise, that's why. Kushala Daora in Rise is the best Kushala by far. But if you're miserable, you might be asking, what if I want to fight old Kushala Daora? And I have a perfect solution to you. Capcom should add a rusted Kushala Daora, which honestly doesn't sound like that bad of an idea. Think about it for a second. The new fresh Kushala Daora has more versatile attacks and more control of the wind. However, in rusted state, it can be old, clanky, and janky. All I'm saying is to port Kushala from Do/4U into Wilds and nothing would change. And that's perfectly fine with me. But you can't have Kushala without Teostra around. I'm a big fan of Teostra's theme, I'm a big fan of Teostra's aura, and he's a lion with wings. That's raw as fuck. Icicle Adam Sandler vampire monster dog is a... Whoa, what a sentence first off, holy shit. I thought Ludogaren was gonna be a blatant copy of Odogarn from Worlds, and I was quite surprised to find out that Ludogaren is really unique and really cool. And his armor is very similar to Dio Rex. Wait a second. For fuck's sake, why are the armors so similar? Like, what the fuck? At that point, just add Dio Rex to Rise. What the hell, Capcom? Speaking of monsters that should have been in Rise, Imagami. Generally asking you, Capcom, if you're watching this. You have a bamboo ruined forest, and you didn't add the only other monster that lived in a ruined bamboo forest before. Why? You added frontier monsters into the game. The most you could do is to add Inagami and it would have been perfectly fine, and honestly a really cool title update monster. But that's in the past, there's nothing you can do about it now, but very, very weird fighting with the first time, and like, wow, he should have been in Rise. Especially with that bamboo move, you can easily wire bug out of that. White Fatalis. Fatalis is not on the list, but White Fatalis is. You want to know why? Because White Fatalis is canonically the strongest monster in the whole franchise. If you're not counting Frontier, which that goes to most of them. Even Elemental Boldrome from online, he's canonically one of the strongest monsters in the franchise. And that's most people's reason why they want White Fatalis in the game. I want it because I want to fight White Fatalis without playing Resurgence mod. And going back to 4U or Frontier. I want to fight this guy in a new setting. That's legit all I'm asking. It's not that hard. Gogomoa. Spider monkey guy. I like my monkeys. I see a monkey, I go awooga. Seeing a tiny baby monkey makes me go aw. Put both of them together, you get whatever the fuck this is. Harpuria. The funny axolotl dragon. He has a pretty cool mechanic. If you bring different types of meat, he does different cool things. Rouse's meat, he does this. Sleep meat, he does this. And normal meat, he can go fuck himself. Frostfang Barioth. It's Barioth, but cooler. Okay, I'll see myself out now. Koilaku, aka the Disaster Wyvern, that most people will put it. Weird side tangent, Koilaku's renders are fucking awful. Look at this. Why do all of them look like he's ugly? When you look at footage, he's a really fun fight. But other than that, he looks awful. What makes this guy so cool is that the fact is just Brachydios, but with a bullet ram move. He's basically the original Banbaro. But now to finish up the 40s is with Beototis, the best Prestige Wyvern in all of Monster Hunter. It doesn't come close to Beototis. Beototis sweep, motherfuckers. Beototis sweep. Hello, it's been 20 years of Monster Hunter, and this is the best they came up with, which was 5 years ago. That's crazy to me. Abiarogu. Fighting him in Resurgence was really cool, but then actually fighting him in Frontier, he's also pretty cool. The OG Glavenus, he's a bit of Devil Joe, and a bit of Hell. Fuck this quest specifically. I had to get a G-rank guy to help me out, but other than that, fuck this quest. Rukadior, basically being the Magneto of the Monster Hunter series, is, really fucking weird. Expect an Elder Dragon like Rukadior to do some cool shit with magnetism, especially in this arena. Like, I don't know, probably bring some cannonballs around or some ballista using it in his moveset. I think that'll be really cool. That's why you should bring it back to Wilds. That'll just be really cool to see. Plus, in this fight, fuck this big rock. This rock killed me 7 times. Yes, 7 fucking times I was fighting this guy for the first time. Fuck you, you're a fun fight, but fuck this rock. Fun fight overall. I really want to come back, but fuck this goddamn rock. Onimusha, nope, not that one. Nope, we're talking about the crab one. Oh, there you go. Basically acting as the sword and shield monster of the series is really cool because we got monster designs based on Greatsword and Longsword before, but not the sword and shield until Onimusha. Sad thing though, Onimusha doesn't really use the shield that much. It just has like one sweep arm and that's it. With a moveset overall, you can definitely fix his fight. Maybe he gets a counter, maybe he can use his shield arm to bash players. Like, I don't know, you can do something. But there's another crab I want. Actually, my favorite crab I want to come back. Swordmaster Shogun Centaur. To me, Swordmaster is just a better Rust Razor in every way possible. So, mixed Rust Razor with Swordmaster's unique attacks, and boom, there we go. Swordmaster Shogun Centaur. Wha-bam. Now, Nibblesnarf is a monster I could 100% see in a title update. Especially with this new bomb mechanic where you can pick them up and roll, you could 100% believe that Capcom would do something with that mechanic with Nibblesnarf. It's the perfect time for him to come back. Like, come on, man. White Monoblows / Monoblows for 34 and 33. Nothing to say besides it's just Diablos again, and he hasn't showed up since 4U, so why not? I don't know, make his quest only accessible if Alma's in the Kufna village. I think that'll be a nice detail, because we don't know how town / hub quests are gonna work. We don't know if it's gonna be solo, or you can't have the follower hunters come with you with the SOS, or the SOS. available when you fight him. Who knows? People want monoballs to come back, but, you know, it's not that high of a priority for me. Naktor, though, with Balahara's fucking jump scare attack, with the last 2 games, /3, if he doesn't come back, you can see how he's kind of got fucked over in a sense. They brought back Lavasion because it'll be easier to develop because they're already making Geratodus. I mean, for Christ's sake, his fucking minion showed up in Rise and no Naktor to be in sight. Why the fuck did they do that? But if he doesn't come in Wilds, that's the fucking move right there he does to jump to pit. That's the move right there on Balahara. So there's no excuse, Capcom. Shigara Magala and Gore Magala. We just got these 2. I'm not gonna complain if they don't show up because we just got them. Really cool though. I'm not complaining about more Gore and Shigaru being around. I do not mind that at all. But most likely he's gonna show up in Monster now before he comes back in Wilds. Let's just be honest here. Dire Morales would be the perfect monster to come back for the last DLC title update. You can't convince me otherwise. Fuck Dalmadur, it's Dire Morales. But I don't know, will they really have 2 giant lava monsters back to back from generations? I think so. Plus Dire is so much cooler than Zora. At least Dire has a moveset. At least you can physically fight him instead of fucking Pimple Popper over here. With that out of the way, 28 goes to Magmalo. I was gonna say it right here, right now. With each new game, the previous flagship comes back. Sunbreak had Volcana, Iceborne had Glavenus, Generations had fucking everyone, but for the state of the argument, I'm just gonna say Gore Magala. For you had Zenogre, etc, 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 through each generation, right? Either Magmalo or Molzeno is gonna come back. And for this placement, for 28, I want Magmalo. You know, with being the second Fang Beast flagship in the series, and with a really outstanding moveset, I do not mind Magmalo coming back. Number 27, the New York Thunderbug, aka Lightena. I just want more bugs, and seeing what Lightena can do with certain other monsters, and the fact that Lightena also has a dragon subspecies. You see where I'm going with this, right? Like, you see the vision. Just pull it. Pull the lever, Capcom. It'll be so fucking cool. You know, gives people a reason to not be upset at Zenogre showing up again if Lightena's gonna come back and have some cool surgeons. Alright, now, hear me out again. Steve comes back. I feel like Sergio's kinda got dirty with the only flagship not having a variant / subspecies. He's the only one, for whatever reason. I feel like he needs justice, I don't know, man. Also, it'd be really neat if this would be the year of the Sergios, with the beginning of the year having that big resurgence mod, and at the end of the year at the Game Awards, he gets revealed at the Game Awards for Wilds. I think that would be pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, back to the big guns. One Zarumu, which, weirdly, has the loudest roar in the franchise. This guy, not Raviente, which is in the same fucking game as him. This big ass snake, which is the biggest monster in the franchise. No, it's this guy. Kinda weird, right? Acting as the royalty Mufasa dragon in the franchise. First time you pull up to his fucking crib in Frontier, he's on his throne, chillin', roars, and jumps you. That's so fucking badass. His armor's great, his theme is great. If you want to bring back his map, it's fine. Definitely needs a rework because it's just an arena with fucking columns around, but you know. Next up, our favorite B-52 Basil Goose. Basilgeese, Bazonga Gook, Beetlejuice, Basil Geese. I'm gonna still call him Basil, but Basil Geese, that just sounds weird. At least it's not Beetlejuice. Oh, fuck! 100% I believe he deserves a break. But if somehow he keeps coming back, really, I'm not upset. It's another cool fucking monster. I just feel like, why the fuck did he need to be in Rise? There is no reason to. Glacial Ignactor. The only reason why he's above normal Ignactor for this is because I really, really liked his Stories 2 fight. Pretty funny guy, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Next up, Unknown. Why is he a Supremacy? One thing I'm gonna say right off the bat, why the fuck is he a Supremacy? Anyways, back to the normal conversation we're having. Unknown is just really, really fucking edgy. Too edgy for me. However, his armor set's fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Unknown's armor is just male Rathalos with female Rathian, which is black and red, not gonna lie, that kinda go hard a little bit. And if he comes back and I see you with that armor with a long sword, I'm just assuming you're a 14-year-old thinking life is hard when you got a bad paper or something. Out of all the monsters that returned in Sunbreak I talked about, Espinus is the one I really want to come back. Dude, this monster's history alone is interesting to talk about, and there's multiple videos explaining that already. Just my first reaction of him throwing fire, poison, paralysis, fuck, probably got me AIDS too at some point, I don't fucking know. This guy's kind of weird. It's the weird I like. Now we're going to the top 20, and for the 20th monster I want to see come back in Wilds is... I like my greats, man. What do you want me to say? Great Macau is so fucking cool. His theme alone doesn't have to go this hard. Great Macau definitely fits in with the Scarlet Forest setting really, really well. And just imagine the turf wars with other monsters, especially with Lala Farina and Yakutku. Or better yet, the two pack leaders, Congalala and Great Macau, fighting it to the death. That'll be sick. Number 19 being Devil John, Devil J-Ho. I'm a fan of his weapons design, I'm a fan of his armor, I'm a fan of his theme. Not that much, but you know, it's still good, it's not ass. I know some peeps have a problem with him, but I can oversee that. Ojo's is really, really cool, and I do not mind if he comes back. Number 18, Vespoid Queen. I already explained why I want Vespoid Queen back, and the reasons why you could fix her in this video, which most of you probably came from, I'm gonna be honest. You got this recommended. And moving on to number 17 with Primordial Malzeno. Yeah, remember a few minutes ago I talked about the Makamalo thing? Well, I want Primordial specifically more. Because within Sunbreak you find out that this is the original Malzeno that went kind of cuckoo and is defending the Curio. Also, the royal aesthetic just works on him too. So Primordial Malzeno more than normal Malzeno for this one for sure. Number 16, Anjanath. Anjanath is the perfect middle ground monster in my book. In all 4 games he appeared in, he's always been the middle ground between, yeah, he fucks up the little guys, but he can also get his ass kicked by the higher ups. Or sometimes even on par with the higher ups in certain cases. He was the first wall for many, and I really want a new one to show up, but Anjanath is the perfect middle ground, and you know what? Be a perfect regular to see in the franchise. Number 15, Caesarbird. It is a cool beaver guy, man. Being one of the perfect low tiers in my book, you can give Caesarbird new moves, kind of similar to Banbaro, with some timber and logs. You can give him some other Fang Beast moves, like from Rajang, and if you really want to do stretch as well, you can do the Shagama sweep attack. Number 14, a normal Australian. Australian. Being the flagship online with his weird butterfly attacks, really reminds me of Malzeno in some places. If Capcom ever does have a conversation with Tencent, he's most likely the monster they want, instead of any of the other ones I've talked about. Be better than no Tencent monsters coming back, so, you know, it is what it is. Number 13, Banbaro. Again, watch this video to see why I want Banbaro to come back. Moving on. Number 12, Gosarag. The big Oni Yeti monster is really cool in my books.
Also, if you can't tell, I really like Fang Beasts.
To his armor, to his weapons, and to his unique moveset. And personally, in my book, Gosar will be the perfect monster to show players when to use your focus strikes. Because if you mess up once, you can get into a really bad combo, and may even cart in some cases. Because there'll definitely be certain monsters like Chatakrabo that'll show you what the focus strike in the focus mode does. But I feel like Gosar will be that perfect monster to show you when you perform those moves. Almost get to the top 10. Number 11 is Lagiacrus. If Lagiacrus doesn't show up in Wilds, it makes sense. We already got our big thunder monster already, and our big water leviathan. You really think we're gonna have another for both, yet being the same monster? Title update for sure, DLC at most. If he doesn't show up, then I'm here for the ride, man. I want to see people cry on Twitter. That'll be funny as shit. But one thing I do want to say, if they do bring Lagiacrus back, give him a unique theme, please. Here we go, top 10. The number 10 monster that I want to see come back is the one and only Kuropeko. After trying out the open beta and seeing how the game actually feels and plays, it'll be so funny to add him. Let's say you're minding your own business, Kuropeko shows up to your camp, calls in Devil Joe or another rampaging monster, and breaks your camp. That'll be so funny, yet enraging. Number 9, Nergigante. Being the flagship of World and being my first flagship monster, Nergigante obviously has a special place in my heart, and getting a rematch with a big Nerg in another game will make me really happy. Nerg seems cool, Nerg's weapons are cool, they're kind of odd looking, but they're cool regardless, and his armor is sick. There's reasons why people like cosplaying the armor a lot. Number 8, Forkulu. By far my favorite frontier monster for obvious reason. And after seeing Scarlet Forest, with all these flowers around, you could 100% put Forkuru in there and it would make sense. And maybe with these flowers, you'll get different abilities that you had from Frontier into this game. For people that don't know his mechanic, Forkuru goes to different flower spots and sucks a bit of nectar to get a different element/element. Also, the theme goes so fucking hard! Anyways, number 7, Zamtrios. There are 3 reasons why I want to see Zamtrios come back. Number 1, we haven't seen him in a fat minute. Number 2, he got cucked in Rise, so bring him back. And number 3, the real reason why I want him to come back.
Naked Barney. But the people that he names is Zamtrios and there's Lagobee.
Let me see the Zamtrios. Okay. I want to be the how about Zamtrios? Name it Butter.
Let's see Zamtrios' special attack. If he does the thing I want him to do, you're gonna laugh.
Oh god. Is he gonna do the goofy ah?
Yeah!
Alright, so I can't see it. Let's okay, I'm seeing it. He's all fat!
He inflates.
He looks like a frog!
Yeah, he fucking inflates.
Fat boy frog.
Yeah, Zamtrios, for some reason, he just inflates, so he's just really fucking fat.
Oh, we're just here now. Okay. I saw a little Zemite. So you're telling me we can get Zamtrios in this game. So you're telling me. Mm-hmm. You. Where's your daddy? Where is he? I need to know where your father lives. Oh, get these herbs. But if it resets, because it's some fucking quest or a monster thing, I'll be upset.
Okay.
Yes, Zamtrios. Thank God. Yes, we are killing you. I'm killing you now. Just get that motherfucker right there. I got 3 eggs to hatch. Grab about the 3rd one. Or the 1st one. You. Please. I'm calling him right now.
Probably not gonna hear from you again until you beat the game.
Yeah, sorry. I'm streaming right now. I just unmuted my mic, right? I found Zamtrios.
Don't you dare. Fine, do it. It'll be funny. I gotta go though.
Alright. He said it. So, Gio, how do you feel if Zamtrios comes back in Monster Hunter Wilds?
I'm gonna kill you.
Why?
You motherfucker. Okay. I had no clue what a Zamtrios was when we did that bit. You just asked me like, yo, I want to name one of the monsters on my Monster Hunter monster catcher game after you. And it was on some it was either like Zamtrios or like something else.
It was Lagombi.
Yeah, and I low-key, I still don't like Lagombi, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, you know what? Zamtrios, that's cool. It's a shark with 4 legs. I think sharks are cool. I didn't know it was gonna do that. I didn't know it was the pyrocynical shark.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't know. Oh, Shiesty Bob's right there.
Oh.
I definitely didn't know that it was some, like, game developers barely disguised fetish, okay, bro? Hey, I just saw a cool shark, and you were like, yo, you want to be on my Monster Hunter team? And I said, why not, bro?
Number 6, the GOAT, Great Shaggy, baby. Let's fucking go. Great Shaggy in the chat, baby. Let's fucking go. Number 5, Ghost Caesar. The only difference I'm going to explain to you why Ghost Caesar is better than normal Caesar is 2 words: Weed Beaver. My lawyer has advised me not to tell you the reasons why I call them Weed Beaver besides this right here. Number 4, Big Lesbian Girl Gammoth. Without rehashing any other people's opinions of why Gammoth should come back, I like mammoths. Gammoth is a massive mammoth. Mammoths are just objectively better than elephants in any way possible by a landslide, and having her in a game where turf wars are the thing has just been a dream of mine ever since I fought her for the first time on my 3DS. Also, the 3DS control sucks ass and I want to fight her with a proper controller. Number 3, Dread King Rathalos. Most people tie Dread King with Silver being their favorite Rathalos. I feel like Silver has just been stealing Dread King's moves ever since Iceborne though. All the cool moves Silver does is from Dread King. It's getting to the point where you can basically swap the 2 monsters and nothing will change. Dread King's flow has been stolen by Silver for years now, and that makes me upset. Because besides his cool, vibrant yellow wings, Dread King is the best Rathalos by far. My favorite deviant by far. And to me, the best Rathalos. And number 2, Valstrax. What else do you want me to say that hasn't been said already for Valstrax? There are reasons why he's in the top 5 in the popularity poll. There is reasons why he got number 1 on best theme. He is just that guy. Valstrax is him. And also, just hearing another remix of that badass theme in Wilds would go so fucking hard. I already got goosebumps by people's remixes of him. Just getting another official theme from him would just make me go insane. But he ain't number 1. That goes to a special someone. And maybe be the face of the Fang Beasts.
Business is about to pick up.
Every single time someone tells you what my favorite monster is, I always struggle because I really don't know. There's a lot of cool guys in this series. And even picking the top 100 was really hard because I had to ignore these 4. And the more time and more I play the series, the more I appreciate Rajang. Yeah, sure, technically he's now the new meme monster now, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still my favorite. Also, I like monkeys. I'm a simple man, okay? And with that being said, that's what I want to see in Monster Hunter Wilds. All 100 monsters I want to see come back in some shape or some form, in base game, title updates, DLC updates. Even if these monsters don't show up again, if they're just referenced within stickers like Kazu was in MHW, that'll be fine by me. At least it's a neat reference instead of just completely getting shafted like some other monsters have been for the last 15 years. But if there's a monster here you disagree with, or if there's a monster you agree with and have more intel of saying why you want it back, or someone I haven't brought up entirely that I despise or just forgot or didn't want as much, please leave it down below. I love talking with y'all, and I was wondering of what y'all think about some certain monsters, and or Wilds itself. And I'll try to get Cartastic 2.0 Part 1 out by the end of the month. No promises.